Hello everybody, this is Froito Bobbin here, and welcome back to Train Simulator 3, where today we've got another route review, and today we'll be taking a look at the California Sunrise route. Yeah, a route that came out, actually quite a while ago. And you're probably wondering why did it take me so long to get around to reviewing this route? Well, it's because I also reviewed the Train Simulator 2 version of this route. So I figured, well, you know what, since I just did the Train 2 version, I figured let's wait to do the Train 2 version for a while. But here we are taking a look at the Train Simulator 3 version of the California Sunrise route here in Train Simulator 3. A lot of people have been asking me to review this route, and I mean, that's no surprise at all, considering that it seems that most guys are fans of my American content. So here we are then, taking a look at the American California Sunrise. Okay, I've said it enough times. California Sunrise, Train Simulator 3. Let's take a look at everything you get here in this route. But before we do that, be sure to check out my Fiverr gig. Link is in the description. Alright, so starting off here, we have the train that I'm sure everyone wants to see. The Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Starting off here, we have the Siemens Charger in the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner livery, which even has the little spoiler on the top. That looks pretty cool. Although, as far as I can tell, this model is exactly the same as the Trainz 2 version. I know it may look a little bit different, but that's just the E2 engine doing its job and making this model look better than it actually is. Like, if you look at this model over in Train Simulator 2, you can, well, I mean, you can tell it's an old model. I mean, I say old model. No, this model isn't even that old because, ironically, this locomotive in real life isn't even that old. Originally made its debut in 2016, or was it 17? I don't remember. But it was on 2016 when this locomotive started doing some testing and stuff. And yet this model looks as if this locomotive was made way back in the early days of Trainz, even though it obviously wasn't, because this locomotive didn't even exist until 2016. So why does this model look so bad? I don't know, but at least you get the engine. In fact, if I can get the camera in such a way, yeah, you can see the engine room, which does look pretty cool. You can see through the vents here, which is of course a key feature of the Siemens. Oh. Okay, I guess we'll just ignore that. Why is there... Why? Oh, this model is so bad. Oh, boy. I mean, it's kind of the best thing. I mean, if you really want to do the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner here in Train Simulator 3, this is kind of the best thing you got. But, yeah, this model, I'm sorry to say, this model is not very good. Well, let's see if the interior cab is any better. And, interior cab isn't too bad, so, I mean... I guess as long as you don't look at the exterior, you just pay attention to the interior. I mean, it's not okay. Well, it's the window's clearly clipping through the controls, but otherwise, the interior view here isn't too bad. I mean, I've seen better, but I've also seen worse. You know, at least they didn't just reuse the cab from a different engine. So I mean, I can give them that there. I mean, it's not a great modeling by any means, but I mean, it's okay. I guess I don't know. All right, now for the horn and bell. And yeah, I believe the horn and bell just reused from the P42, which is not realistic at all. Nope. I'm sorry, but that is not what the Siemens Charger horn sounds like. And the bell is literally just a steel bell from the P42, even though in real life the Siemens Charger has an E-bell. So it wouldn't have been that hard to, you know, edit the sound thingamajig, but I guess they just couldn't be bothered to do it for this one. So, yeah. But there you go, the Siemens Charger Pacific Surfliner version, your Train Simulator 3. Well, speaking of some not so great models, here we have the Amtrak Surfliner coaches, which is the completely wrong coach type. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, so the Amtrak Surfliner does run double-decker coaches. However, this is not the correct type of double-decker coaches. These are the Bombardier bi-level coaches, which are used in California on commuter trains, but not on the Amtrak Surfliner. No, that would be the, I actually do not know what's the name of the double-decker coaches that the Amtrak Surfliner uses, but I probably will put up a picture here on screen now so you can see what the coaches actually look like in real life, because it's not this. I don't know why they couldn't be bothered to model like the correct coaches that this train actually uses, because again, these coaches are not the correct ones. I mean, they do look nice, though, I will say. You know, they are pretty nice looking models and would look a lot better if they were either in Metrolink or Coaster, as, you know, I believe Metrolink does run on this line, so, you know, you could have reskinned these coaches into Metrolink and it would have been a lot more realistic, but no, we got Surfliner coaches. Why? Interior, though, again, though, the interior modeling is not too bad at all. I mean, I've seen better, but I've also seen worse. Yeah, interior modeling of the Bombardier bi-level coaches is not too bad at all. Although, unfortunately, it's in like this smaller compartment here in this part of the coach. So yeah. All right, next we have another coach that's just the same as this one because I figured I would put down two of the passenger coaches for the fun of it. And now move on to the Amtrak Surfliner cab car, which I will give them this. At least this cab car is closer to the real life version. I mean, because, okay, for context, over in the Trainz 2 version of the California Summer Route, the cab car for the Amtrak Surfliner is not even close to the correct type. Like, they got this other version of the Bombardier cab car, which is just, I don't even know why that one is in an add-on. But at least here in the Trainz 3 version, we do get a cab car which is still incorrect compared to the real life one, but at least has a front end that does look closer to the real life. I mean, it's still wrong, but it's not as wrong as the one that we got in Trainz 2, so there's that at least. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's still the wrong bi-level, but at least it's a more correct bi-level than Trainz 2. Let's see, interior cab view, and hey, the interior cab, well, okay, the interior cab is not that well detailed, but, I mean, I guess it's not the worst cab in the world. That's gonna be a recurring thing for the Surfliner, isn't it? Like, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's far from the best thing as well. You know what I mean? Alright, well, let's do the horn. Alright, oops. I just messed it up. Alright, well, yep. Okay. Alright, well, there you go then. I'm not sure if the horn and bell would be accurate to the real one, but I suppose it's close enough. So there it is. That is the Amtrak Surfliner, and I will say that is actually the only new thing that I get in this add-on. Yeah. We do have this other stuff here. However, all the stuff here is stuff that you can get in other add-ons. So yeah, for reference, this Amtrak Surfliner, this is the only new train that you get in this pack. Whereas there's other things here you can get in other add-ons. Although you do get another Amtrak train here, which is pretty cool. And I believe that this F40 and these Horizon coaches are actually supposed to be like a representation of the Amtrak California service. I mean, even though these coaches are in the, well, they're not really in the correct livery. Although maybe it is if you're going for like a 90s version of the Amtrak California service. Although why do you have a Siemens Charger from 2016 running alongside some Amtrak equipment that was standard in the 1990s? It's just kind of weird, but whatever. So here we have the Amtrak F40 PH number 398 in the Amtrak Phase 4 livery. And again, this, I guess one thing I might as well mention about this locomotive and these coaches is that this isn't exclusive to this add-on. You could have gotten the F40 and the Horizon coaches in the Summer Lake Valley route, I think it was, and there might also be another American. Okay, I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure if there's another American route you can get these things in, but I know you can get them in the Summer Lake Valley route. All right, interior cab for the F40. For those of you who are curious, and I don't think this is even the correct cab. And horn. And neither the horn and bell are correct. Okay. Alright, well, here in this pack you get 5 different Amtrak Horizon coaches, which again, you could also get these in the the Summer Lake Valley Road, but whatever. Here we have the, this is the Amtrak Horizon Coach Phase 3 handicap version. This one here that I'm not focusing on. There you go. I will really say though, modeling this one's actually kind of, I mean, it's pretty good, I guess. I'll say, okay, I'm not sure if good is the word. It's alright, I guess. It's fine enough if you really want an Amtrak Horizon coach. No interior view though. So yeah. There you go, the Amtrak Horizon Coach. Up next is the Horizon Coach Phase 3 narrow version. Yeah, you can tell this is like the sort of narrowified the Phase 3 work on the windows. Although what's interesting about this coach is as you can see here, they do have an interior, but for some reason you can't actually go inside it, or you can't ride in it. Like you have to sort of do this. So yeah, these coaches do have an interior inside them, and it's kind of a shame that you can't actually ride inside them. So yeah, so they put an interior in these coaches, and the interior just kind of went to waste. All right. Well, anyway, up next we have the Amtrak Horizon Coach Phase 3 wide version. Dun 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 dun. Hey, remember the wide meme from a few years back? Yeah. I do. I made a whole video about it. But here's the Horizon Coach Phase 3 wide version. Alright. And next we have a couple of diner coaches. First up, yeah, we have the Amtrak Horizon Dinette Phase 3 CC custom class version. Okay. I'm not sure what's custom about it, but there you go. The Amtrak Horizon custom class coach version. Yeah, like I said, don't know what custom class means, but yeah. Alright. And finally, the Amtrak Horizon Dinette Phase 3 handicap version. I believe this might be the same coach, but of course in a slightly different livery, and I guess it's also supposed to be some sort of handicap version, but I don't know. Maybe they did some changes to the model, but as far as I can tell on the exterior, it's exactly the same. Again, in past view, would have been nice to have these coaches. Alright, well, I tell you what, though, I mean, if you don't have the Amtrak Summer Lake Valley, or perhaps any whatever other route you can get the F40 and the Horizon coaches in, you know, I guess, you know, if you were to just get the California Sunrise route, you know, you do get two types of Amtrak trains in it, so, I mean, if you're like a big Amtrak fan or something, then, well, this add-on is not so bad. Alright, well, that's it for Amtrak. Let's take a look at some freight equipment, and once again, it is mainly just stuff they can get in other add-ons. You have these hopper cars and tanker cars. Although, so start off here with this locomotive. This is the Union Pacific SW1500. I'm not sure if this locomotive is available in a different add-on or is actually exclusive to this add-on. I'm not too sure. But here it is anyway. Union Pacific SW10, or no, SW1500. Fun enough, there is a Union Pacific SW10 here in this game, but in this, I don't know, you get this instead. Alright. Where's that model, actually? This is probably the best model that we have, like, of the locomotives in this add-on. Pretty nice, actually. Alright, cab interior, and hey, we actually have a pretty good... Ooh! Hey, actually, this is a really nice interior. Look at that. Wow. A good interior. Look at the details of this one. There we go. Oh, but it's just the, Oh, okay, the exterior livery, though, is incorrect, but... But, hey, look at that. We finally get an interior that's actually good. How about that? Look at all the details and everything. Yes. A lot of detailing in this one. And now to the horn. Oh, the horn's very quiet on this one. I don't know if you can hear the horn and bell in this one because they are very quiet, but they do at least sound pretty good, at least. Alright, well, let's go over the freight equipment, which all of this freight stuff here is available in other add-ons. So, first up, we have the BPRR 4x hopper multi versions. Yeah, you actually might recognize these hoppers from the base game, actually. Yeah, but I promise these are different versions. These are known as the multi versions. I don't know what's the difference between the multi version and the base version, but regardless, here they are on this add-on. So this is number 1. This here is number 2. Yep. And even these hopper cars, by the way, include another add-ons. Here's number 3. And here's number 4, which is this aqua one. Alright, a few more bits of road stock to go. Here we have a couple of tankers. This is the Prox 20,800 gallon tank car. That's this one here. Yeah, we're also right next to a warehouse. By the way, that's not my microphone picking up the audio. That's actually from in the game. And up next, we have a blue version of the same tanker car. And finally, the TTX Husky Stack 53, which this one is loadable, but we still haven't got the survey yet, so I still don't have the ability to load up in the scenario editor. And there you go. That is all of the engines and rolling stock that I get here in the California Sunrise out here in Trainz Simulator 3. Overall, kind of underwhelming, considering that most of the stuff is just stuff they can get in other add-ons. Like I said, the only exclusive train here is the Amtrak Surfliner, but otherwise, well, yeah, only exclusive thing is the Amtrak Surfliner, even then the Amtrak Surfliner hasn't even done that well. Otherwise, yeah, everything else is just stuff they can get in other add-ons. Well, then let's take a look at the route then. So here's the, I guess this is the south part of the route. Yep, and of course we go up here. Nope, there's the trek hasn't loaded in. And actually, I believe this is just the exact same route as the Trainz Simulator 2 version. In fact, if we zoom out here, that's it. Actually, a pretty small route, all things considered. And I believe, yeah, like I said, I think this route is just exactly the same as the Trainz Simulator 2 version. But the only difference, though, is that there's probably a bunch of assets that have been upgraded to newer versions, which are supported by the E2 engine, as opposed to the older TS12 era assets. Alright, well, that's it in terms of engines and rolling stocks. Now let's take a look at the scenarios and then do some driving. Alright, so here are all of these scenarios you get here in the California scenarios route. We have the usual 4 pre-scripted scenarios and some free drive stuff. So we have coal transport, which uses the Union Pacific engine. We have containers, which uses the default Southern Pacific diesel engine. Diesel transport, which is one of the default CSX engines. And then we have passenger service, which uses the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. And of course, we get a bunch of free drive scenarios as well. Not much to say about those, but yeah. However, the service that we're doing is, of course, going to be passenger service, where we'll be driving the Amtrak SC44 Charger with the Surfliner coaches. Yeah, so passenger service. You rode today Los Angeles to Bonita via Aurora, and a bunch of stations, 66 the schedule for punctual arrivals, as commuters rely on it. Alright, let's do this. And here we are. Alright, good morning. Yep, there's a bunch of stuff if you want to read that. Alright, so we are starting... Oh, we're in a yard. Oh, we're gonna drive to the station. Okay, I see. Alright. Alright, let's get on the lights. Actually, hang on. Nope, there's just some new work. Alright, I'll do. Alright, here is then the Amtrak Surfliner. Yes. And actually, looks like we'll be driving this in the other direction this time. Yeah, so, So in the Trainz 2 video on this route, we actually drove from LA, not from LA. Whatever the station is called at the other end of the line. I don't know. But we drove from that station to LA. But this time we're driving from LA to whatever the name of the station at the end of the line is. Okay, I know they said it in the scenario description, but I've already forgotten. Because I just forget things. But here we are then, driving the Amtrak Surfliner in Trainz 3. As opposed to last time we drove in Trainz 2. Alright, change to your train. Okay, I'm not gonna do it, it's just reverse backwards. Okay, by the way, yep, okay, good. The points have been set. Alright. So yeah, California Sunrise in Trainz 3. This is a video that I got a lot of requests, which doesn't really surprise me at all. And now you're probably wondering why did it take me so long to get around to doing a video on this route? I mean, I already kind of explained in the intro, but yeah, basically since I had just done a video on the, well, here's the funny thing though. They released this route for Trainz 2, and then they released route for Trainz 3 like about a month later. And I was like, well, I've just done a video on the Trainz 2 version of this route. I don't really want to do a video on the same road again like so soon, so I figured I would just wait some time. And then I would take a look at the Trainz 3 version of this route. And now some time has passed, so now is as good a time as ever. It's actually been about 6 months since I took a look at the Trainz 2 version. So I think now is a good time to look at the Trainz 3 version. Now, of course, some people have already done reviews on this route here in Trainz 3, so I'm actually kind of late to the party here. But, for those of you who want my opinion on this add-on, well, here it is. So far though, I'm not too impressed by the rulings that they get. I mean, like I said, the only new train they get here is the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Everything else is just stuff they can get in other add-ons. You know, the F40 with the Horizon coaches, you can get that in the Sun Lake Valley and maybe a different route, but I can't remember which one it would be. And also, now I'm not sure about the Pacific Sunshine. I'm not sure if that's new to this route or if that's also included a different American route. I don't remember because there's so many of them now. But all those freight cars as well, though, that was pulling, but that was showing, again, all that stuff you can get in other add-ons, so it's like, you know, I mean, there's really not much point in getting this add-on if you already have a lot of stuff here, you know what I mean? Also, cool thing, though, is that the doors open, which is actually a pretty nice detail. Okay, and I assume now we're ready to pull away to the next stop. Hang on. No, I guess. Oh, sorry. Okay, well, I don't care. Yeah, it's not gonna be happy with me with the timetable, but I don't care about the timetable. I'm just here to just drive a train. Oh, hang on. Is the hang on. Oh, yeah, the spoiler just clipped through the station thingy majiggy. That's brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah, and even then, the one new train they get here, the Pacific Surfliner, it honestly isn't even that good. Like the locomotive is actually like the Siemens Charger, but the modeling it's not good, honestly. Like even just compared to other engines in this game, like this model isn't even that good. You know, not to mention the sounds are all wrong. The horn and bell are literally just reused from the P42, even though in real life the SE44 has completely different horn and bell. You know, actually, if you've heard the horn and bell from the ACS64 locomotive, that's basically the same as this. In fact, all of Siemens's American trains have the same horn and bell, like the ACS64, the SE44 Charger, as well as the ALC42. All of those have the same horn and bell. Which is not the horn and bell that this thing uses. So, yeah. Also, you know what's kind of funny about that? Over on the PC side of things, like Trainz a New Era, someone actually did make a ALC42 for that. But the sounds and, well, specifically the horn and bell sounds were just completely off. So I actually went in and fixed it myself. I took a horn and bell sample from a Trainz Classic locomotive, put them in Trainz, and just like that, it had the correct horn and bell sound. It's not even that difficult, actually. Like, especially here in the world of Trainz. I just realized we have a red light coming up here. I better... Here I am blabbering on, not really paying attention to what I'm doing, but let's make sure we don't over the red light, because if we do, then we automatically fail the scenario. And we don't want to do that, do we now? But yeah, changing out the horn and bell here in Trainz, and well, in just generally here in Trainz, it's not that difficult, honestly. Like, you can, like, it's even easier than TS Classic, I would say. You know? So, I don't know. And then the coaches, which aren't even the correct type of coaches. So I guess we're gonna come to a stop. Oh, my signal's turned green. Never mind. All right, let's go. But again, the coaches aren't even the correct coaches. You know, that they're just. I mean, these coaches do run in Southern California, but not on the Amtrak Surfliner. I know it sounds like I've been doing a lot of complaining about the rolling stock here in this route, but it's honestly not that impressive. Again, only new thing you get here is the Amtrak Surfliner, which isn't even done that well, and everything else is just rehashed from other routes. So, well, I guess now let's just see if the route itself is any good. You know? Is the route itself any good? Let's find out. I believe we'll be arriving on the entirety of this route today, so, yep, you'll be able to see the entirety of the Trainz 3 California Sunrise. You know, since I have the California Sunrise in both Trainz 2 and 3, maybe I'll do a side-by-side comparison of the two routes at some point. Let me know if you guys would like to see that. I guess one thing I may as well address is that there was no video last Sunday, as there's somebody backing up and on the outside. So I guess I may as well address this. In case you're wondering why there was no video last Sunday, I'm in a bit of a weird spot right now in terms of videos, because I know of a couple of Train Simulator 3 routes in development. And I actually mentioned this in a community post last week. So there's a new German route in Train Simulator 3 in development, which is called the Immenstadt, I think. I'm not too sure. Although the guys in the Train Simulator Discord, Trainz Discord server know of it. And that route was actually announced back in December, so I've been waiting since then for that route to release, but it still doesn't come out. So, and there was also mentions of another Badger's Pass route, which was in the works. So I've been kind of waiting for that route to drop as well, but I guess that route's a bit further away, so I don't know. But I was kind of in a weird spot, so I figured I would just decide just not to make a video last week. But I figured this week, well, you know what? I mean, it's not really a new route, but it also has been a hot minute since I last did a video on the American route, so I figured, you know what? It's been a while. I think now was the perfect time to take a look here at the California Sunrise route here in Trainz 3. So yeah, and with this video, I have now actually covered all but one route here in Train Simulator 3. The only route that I have left to look at is the Springfield Industrial route. And yeah, I know a lot of people also want me to take a look at the Springfield Industrial route. And don't worry, that video isn't too far away now. And I will probably do that video probably either late February or early March. So don't worry, if any of you guys want me to look at the Springfield Industrial route here in Train Simulator 3, you don't have to wait too much longer now. Now, with that said, though, if you're new to this channel, though, and you really want to see the Springfield Industrial route, I have done a video on the Train Simulator 2 version, so you can watch that right now if you want. Also, ooh, okay, I like the sun gleaming on the engine. That's actually pretty cool. Yeah. And you know what? I will say I do like this route, at least. I mean, well, it's not my favorite, but it's interesting. And actually, you know, we were able to actually see what this route looked like under the older Uran jet engine, which is what Train Simulator 2 runs on. Now, though, we're seeing what this route looks like under the E2 engine, which is what Trainz 3 runs on. Yeah, the E2 being a newer engine designed. Yeah. And one thing I also mentioned in terms of Trainz news is the Surveyor. Now, I've also got a number of requests to review the Norfolk Southern ES44AC locomotive add-on, and I do want to check that one out at some point. But as I mentioned before, I don't want to look at it just yet because well, there's no scenarios for it. I don't have to make my own, except I can't do that yet here in Trainz 3. However, one thing that the official Trainz guys have actually been doing, starting recently, is these live streams called Training Days, where I guess these live streams are just for answering a bunch of questions that the community has, which I just think is a good thing. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, the Trainz developers aren't really all that great when it comes to communication with the player base. So I do appreciate them for setting up this Training Days thing, which, you know, which basically means they can connect to the community better, and looks like the station doesn't have the opening and closing doors feature. That's unfortunate. Alright, well, on to the next station, and it's gonna yell at me for leaving too early, but I don't care. Anyway, so speaking of the Training Days, ironically, somebody actually asked the question of, when is the survey coming to Train Simulator 3? And we finally have some details on that. So yeah, I've been waiting for the survey to come to Train 3 now for, well, over 2 years now. And at long last, they finally mentioned some things about it. Now, of course, you're probably wondering, oh, well, when is it coming to Train Simulator 3? Okay, well, that we still don't know. However, I forget his name, but yeah, one of the people on the Training Day stream that they did about a couple weeks ago or something. Well, okay, so in his words, he said that the Train Simulator 3 surveyor shouldn't be too far away. Now, that's not really a proper answer. Like, shouldn't be too far away. Well, what does shouldn't be too far away mean? Because I don't know. But yeah, he said, oh yeah, the Train Simulator 3 surveyor shouldn't be too far away. Now, as for what he means by shouldn't be too far away, I don't know. But if I were to make an educated guess, I'm gonna say within the next 3 to 6 months. Okay? Yeah, I'm gonna say within the next 3 to 6 months will be when the survey comes to Train Simulator 3. Now, even that could be incorrect. Maybe it's still a whole year away. I don't know. But if I were to make an educated guess as to when I think the survey will come to Train Simulator 3, based on his answer of shouldn't be too far away, I'm gonna say within the next 3 to 6 months. That's my best educated guess. Now, that's just a guess. I'm not saying that's for fact. That's just me that's just an educated guess. So, take it with a grain of salt. But thankfully, he at least did mention some other things. So here's something else I may as well mention. So, the Trainz Simulator 3 surveyor is going to be an iPad-only release to start with. Because I guess they're... so Trainz Simulator 3 is actually going to be getting the Surveyor 2.0, which is, I believe, is an upgraded surveyor to the survey that we're used to over in Train Simulator 2. Now, if you don't know what Surveyor 2.0 is, that's actually one of the big new features of the most recent Trainz release, which is Train Simulator 2022 over on the PC side. Basically, the plan is to add Surveyor 2.0 here into Train Simulator 3 here on mobile. Now, of course, I know that's actually been the plan for the longest time, but of course, for the longest time, they haven't said anything about that until just recently. Now, with that said, but yeah, it's going to be an iPad-only release to start with, which, yeah. Now, I know that might be a bit disappointing if you don't have an iPad, but yeah, basically the plan is that the first thing they're going to do is they're going to release a Surveyor 2.0 for iPad users. And then I guess later on down the line, then they'll put it onto phones as well as Android tablets. Now, thankfully, I am using an iPad, so I will be one of the first people to get Surveyor 2.0. So, yeah, so as soon as Surveyor 2.0 releases for the iPad versions of Train Simulator 3, I will definitely do some content on that here on the channel. In case you're wondering, I'm using an iPad Air 4th generation, which is, of course, one of the more recent iPad Airs. So I'll be able to play with the Train Simulator 3 Surveyor as soon as it releases. Yeah. Now, of course, for those of you who don't have an iPad, instead have an Android tablet or an iPhone, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer for the Surveyor 2.0. Yep. And that's as far as we know. But that being said, though, nice that we finally got some details on the Surveyor 2.0, because, you know, yeah, but it seems that they're finally working on it now. which is good. Um, I guess the original plan was to actually add Surveyor 2.0 like shortly after the release of Trainz 3, but I guess the one of the things that he actually mentioned in the one of the developers mentioned in the Discord server, I guess they're actually more focused on the PC version because apparently I guess the iPad versions of Trainz aren't as profitable, which is aren't well okay. The iPad or the mobile versions of Trainz aren't as profitable, which is kind of surprising to me because it's like, oh, whoops, yep, there I go. I just broke the speed limit. Uh-oh. But that's kind of surprising though. I thought the mobile version was actually more popular than the PC, but no, I guess the player base on PC is actually much bigger than the player base on mobile. So yeah. So because of that, they've been focused on the PC version for all this time. But it seems that now, I guess they finally reached the point where they're happy with the PC version, and they're actually going to be putting it here, or they're going to be putting the server 2.0 onto mobile at some point in the near future. I don't know. Like I said, it says shouldn't be too far away, which I don't know what that means. But if I were to make an educated guess, I would say 3 to 6 months from now. Which even then, I don't even know if that's even a accurate guess. But I guess we'll have to see what happens. Now, if you're wondering why survey is a big deal to me, well, for one, I do get a lot of requests to review single locomotive packs, the Norfolk Southern ES44AC, for example, or whatever that engine's called. And trust me, I do want to look at these single locomotive packs as much as you do. However, if I'm going to do a video on them, I want the video to be interesting, For example, I want to be able to, I want to sort of, I basically want to do this, what I'm doing right now here with the, Pacific Surf Line, doing all these station stops and completing these objectives. I basically want to do this with an Allen locomotive, but the problem is that they don't usually release them with scenarios, so, Also, I think we got the, oh, dang it, I want to see the, hang on, let me, pull forward a little bit, and then stop. Yeah, the station has the door open and close feature, pretty cool. Look at that. Yeah. And doors are closed. Alright, let's continue to the next station, which is La Mesa, and I believe that is, oh, that's not the last one. Okay. But yeah, I basically want to do this, what I'm doing right now, where I'm driving a train like in a scenario. With AI trains as well, as we're about to see. Also, why are there British crossing gates in America? Come on. But yeah. Another thing I really want to do with survey is I also want to make some of my own routes here in Trainz 3. And hey, I'm sure that there's a lot of routes that you guys want to make too with Surveyor 2.0 when, and I guess something else I may as well mention, if you're a long-time viewer of the channel or you just watch some of my older videos, you may remember I did a few videos over on Trainz 2 where I took a look at a couple of user-created routes, one of which being the maglev jump, as well as the that other European route that I forget the name of. I want to bring those videos back and do more videos on like routes that the community creates. Yeah, but of course we haven't been able to do that because there's no survey here in Trainz 3. Well, not yet anyway, but hopefully that will be coming, well, soon anyway. And hey, even when a new locomotive venom comes out, I can even, use a user-created route and drive it on that. So, everybody wins. What else do I want to talk about? In regards to Survey 2.0, well, I guess that's it for now. But, yeah. But yeah, at long last, we finally got some details on the Survey 2.0 coming to Trainz 3 at some point. We just don't know when, still. Tell you what, these doors are taking a long time to close. There we go. Alright, let's go. Alright, but I believe that's our final stop of this scenario. Alrighty. Yeah. Well, here you go then. The California Sunrise route, which of course I know a lot of you guys want to see here in Trainz 3. as well as a discussion on the Surveyor 2.0 here in Train Simulator 3. So yeah, Surveyor, it's coming. We just don't know when. But it does sound like they're at least now they've reached the point where they're working on it, so that's good at least. So yeah, I would expect it to come within the next 3 to 6 months, but that's my guess. Again, it could be longer than that, or maybe it'll be less than that. Maybe it'll come out next month or something. I don't know. I mean, I would like that though. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love for the survey to come tomorrow, but I know it won't. Yeah, but you just gotta be patient. Yeah. It'll come. Just gotta wait. Alright, well, here we are then, about to reach the end of this scenario. I tell you what, in regards to my thoughts on this route, I'm not impressed by the rollings that you get, but ironically, I've just realized something else. This route is called California Sunrise, and I just realized we just happened to have done a service at sunrise. How about that? Slow down, come on. Okay, what the heck? Why are we not slowing down? Thank you. Alright, I'm gonna do this platform. Okay. But yeah, let me know what you think though, the California Sunrise route. Would I personally recommend this route? I mean, it looks nice, I guess. I mean, if you don't have the Summer Lake Pass, or you don't want to get that route, but you do want to get the F40 with the Horizon coaches, I guess you could just get this add-on for that. And, you know, you gotta also get a really not so great, you know, really crummy Surfliner train as a bonus, so, you know. And you also get a Union Pacific Shunter, which, again, I'm not sure if that Shunter has been included in a different route or is exclusive to this one, but there you go. Well then, we've reached the end of our journey, so, yeah, there you have it. Amtrak Surfliner, California Sunrise, Trainz 3. And luckily the doors actually do open right at the stop, which is cool. Alright, so not a very good score though, because I did that. Oh hey, there's the hopper car coaches with the load in them. Got some grain and stuff. Nice. Oh, you have to start your train now in the yard. Change through and proceed to the navigation markers. Huh. Okay. I thought we were done. Alright, well, no, looks like we're not done. We still have a little bit of work to do, although there's a red light there. Game. There's a red light in front. Hang on, can I change the points? I can. Okay, but problem is there's a red light there. Am I going to be allowed to pass the red light? Is there a train there, by the way? No, we could go all the way to the next station if we wanted to. So I don't know why this light is red. Well, alright, well, let's see if the game is going to let us through this red light, or it's going to say no. I'm going to guess it's going to be the ladder. But let's see. And... oh, it did let us through. Okay. Nice. Okay. Wow, that's surprising. I thought the scenario was just going to end there. Thankfully, it didn't. Well, so I can be able to complete the scenario successfully without having to mess with the game or anything. That's nice. Alright, well, let's back up then to this runaround marker. And now bring her to a stop. And now we shall pull up. And thankfully we've got automatic points in this scenario. Alright, but now we're going to be done. Alright. good way. We're here back at the warehouse where we actually started this video. So yeah, not sure what the next Trainz 3 video will be. I guess we'll find out. We'll find out eventually. I hope we get some new routes soon, though. That'd be nice. Alright, well, there we go then. And I believe that is going to be the end of this scenario. Alright, we've now stopped. And there it is. So, yeah, pretty bad score, 2 out of 5 stars, but oh well, whatever. Well, that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in whatever I make next.
I am red.